A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, I'm going to be talking about a message that came through. A very strong energy who's ready to leave the karmic behind. At first, I felt that it's the masculine who's ready to leave the karmic behind. But later on, when I got the whole download, I realized that no, it is actually both parties, the masculine as well as the feminine, who have decided to leave the karmic behind and just focus on their life, their work, and understanding the complications of why they got separated, what was the reason that took them away, what was it basically trying to teach them. Both of them are thinking that individually. And there is a strong merge of energies that I can see, the masculine and feminine. So let's get started. Before I get into the details of this message that I'm here to relay, I would like to say that for personal situations, you can check out the description box. All information is given in the description box with all the important links that are required for you to book a session or a full therapy with me. You can get my book In the Name of Love, which is a journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. The link is also given in the description box. Once you book the reading or session with me, then please immediately mail me. My email address is thesunamoon@gmail.com. Kindly do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me, because I use spiritual tools and modalities to get to the correct answers, or we try to find the most honest answers that can help you in this journey. So my friends, what I've been given here is that the masculine, in this case we cannot be very specific about the gender. As always, I would like to keep the gender out of the picture, because twin flame energy is present in a man as well as a woman. So you can't really say, okay, this person is fully masculine or this woman is fully feminine. The reason why they get into the twin flame journey, the ascension journey, is to basically understand that whether it's a feminine energy or the masculine energy, both have an importance and both are special in its own way, and both can be used in different situations, both as an individually. In some situation you can use your feminine energy, in some situation you can use your masculine energy. The major difference is providership and nurturing. The masculine energy is the provider and the feminine energy is a nurturer. Now there are lots of YouTube channels that talk about the goddess energy or the feminine energy. They also speak about why a woman cannot attract a good provider in her life, and these are the reasons why. All of them have their own justification, right? But we need to understand that star seed twin flames. Now, you must have noticed that the name of this channel was Twin Flame Union. Now it is called Star Seed Twin Flame Union. Why? That's because most of the twin flames are star seeds. However, their star seed energies, they don't appear or they don't work properly till the time they have not merged the masculine and feminine together. Because star seed is a very powerful energy. Star seeds are more connected to divine, highly connected to divine order and the source. And they are born with this energy, with this power. But because they come to the planet Earth, they have to forget everything, their memory is taken away. And they also get programmed. So definitely they cannot remember that they are a star seed, and they have so much experience of the universe, which we call in Hindi Brahmand. Brahmand is so huge. In fact, planet Earth, most people confuse it, it's just a planet. No, actually planet Earth is the place where all the action happens, because this is the only place that can take you to multiple dimensions. And star seeds are multidimensional beings. So yes, you're a twin flame, you should know that, but you're also a star seed, you should know that also. However, just by me saying it, you won't understand it, right? You need to experience it. And to experience bigger things in life, better things in life, one has to get out of the low frequency energies. One of the biggest misconception on this planet is that the reptilian extraterrestrials have created is that lust is love. They think that love is lust. Lust is a very low frequency energy. It's a very dense energy. It distracts people. If you are in, infatuation, crush, or whatever name you want to call it, you are thinking about a person constantly. You cannot focus on so many other things, especially not on inner work. Why? Because of the energy that is pulling you towards that person. The simplest way to understand between love and lust, what is the difference, is lust will not let you grow. It will make you stagnant. It will make you stuck. You will not step up. However, love will help you grow. It will support you. In fact, people who love you, they want you to get out of your low frequency energies. They will tell you, hey, you should not be doing this. Don't do this. Because they want you to feel what a healed person feels. A healed person is very independent. They enjoy life much more. When you have the starseed DNA, certain characteristics about you will be very, very evident and very, very obvious. You may not personally know about it, but yes, it exists. A lot of people who do channelings, they focus a lot on starseeds and advanced spiritual beings from other planets and realms who possess spiritual and scientific knowledge that date back hundreds and thousands of years. When I speak about my master and my grandmaster, I speak about them because I have felt a very strong connection with them. When my master was alive, he was a very powerful man. He was Trikaldarshi, which means he could see through in time. Some of the things, including my own name that I use as a channeler, Sunamoon, that was given to me by him many years back. At that point in time, I didn't even understand, or I could not have imagined or thought that I would think of something like this. The balance and the coming together of sun and moon energy, the opposite energy. And this is exactly what we do in the twin flame world. But how did he know about it when I was just 11 or 12 years old, that I would be doing something like this, or I have the same type of energy? Imagine 12 years back, 15 years back, people did not know exactly in totality what twin flames are. And after 2020 is when even I have started sharing these type of messages and started telling people that twin flame is not a specific person. Twin flame is an energy. Most people are confused because they think that a person is twin flame. No, it is an energy that is present within a person, or a soul has that energy. And how does the twin flame energy come into anybody? It comes into people when they realize that they are both masculine and feminine. They don't have to be one only masculine or only feminine. This separation that has been created on this planet ever since the dark ages started, obviously the separation was there with the downfall of golden age, which happens after every cycle, not one cycle, one whole 4 cycles when they complete. So after golden age, as soon as descending time start, that's when the separation becomes stronger and stronger. Right now we are in the ascending time, so we are going towards ascension. Golden age is basically the age of truth, where people speak only truth, hear only truth, see only truth. Their whole expression is all about truth. So there is no need of acting in lustful manners, trying to seduce, trying to manipulate, saying something else, thinking something else, doing something else. Most people at that point in time are Tathagat. Tathagat are those people who think, say and do the same things. In the star seeds also this quality is very, very obvious, because they cannot lie. And a lot of people get into trouble. They have been getting into trouble since childhood because they just could not lie. If their parents were exaggerating the wealth, about their wealth or status or anything else, the child would not participate in that, and that would make the child sort of an non-favorite. Yeah, unfavorite also, unfavorited, but non-favorite child. Why? Because the child is constantly sharing the truth bombs to the world, which they are not supposed to share. Now, one thing which is very, very prominent in star seeds is that they are extremely benevolent. their level of benevolence is too high. Okay, and that's why they are also very strong headed, because when they decide to be with someone or help someone, they will help that being no matter what, or more than one beings. It is also said that star seeds are those souls who are basically from other planets or higher planets or galaxies. They could also be coming from a twin star galaxy where there is no concept of night or no concept of separation or death or darkness. There's only light. So when they come from these high vibrational, high dimensional planet, they are simply here to participate in the evolution of planet Earth. Immediately after the death of Dark Ages or the end of Dark Ages, the planet has to enter the age of ascension or the time of ascension, which requires evolution to happen again. Or they have supported in the initial evolution, or it is their task, it is their job or duty, they have taken it on themselves to volunteer. Every time the earth enters dark ages or gets out from dark ages, they are always present on this planet. It's also possible that these people, the star seeds, their DNA was used to create human DNA long time back, like millions and billions of years back. Alright. Now in the time of dark ages ending and dark ages starting, which is not that long if you look at the whole Yug cycle. However, what happens is, many of the twin flame star seeds are supposed to be here on this planet, incubated on this planet via the biological reproduction process, which is called EBE, extraterrestrial biological entity. Alright, so they will be born through reproduction. Biologically, they will come through a woman's body, their mother, biological mother. Obviously, all of the things that go into them, into their creation or incubation, other than having a slightly different DNA system, they need to get all the human blood and body parts and memory. This memory is transferred to them via the womb of the mother, and while the transfer is happening, a lot of karmic templates are given to them. A lot of ancestral and generational and societal templates are handed to them. They are given and feeded into their system. So they have the starseed DNA, at the same time they have this particular DNA, and basically the DNA is a combination of that. Now a lot of junk DNA is also feeded into them. Because of this combination, because of this mixture, as soon as they are born, they may be very powerful at the time of birth. They may be easily able to see everything around them, because each of these templates, all the karmic templates, they create situations and scenarios. Say the mother is depressed because of something, her social status is not making her happy. She feels that, people in the society will not look up to her if she remains in this marriage, or maybe there is some other constraint in her head about the relationship that she has with her husband. Maybe the husband is not that present, he is busy for work, so that fatherly affection or that fatherly touch or that masculine touch is not being given. And we create our reality based on anything and everything that's within us, in our frequency, within our own individual blueprint. Our own Merkabah field needs to be activated, and because of the programming and because of the templates, especially the karmic ones, the Merkabah field doesn't get fully activated, and due to that you cannot obviously experience being a complete person. You're always incomplete, always sad. So these karmic templates are also given into these people's DNA as information for a reason. Obviously the volunteers, they know about it. They know as soon as I will be taking birth, as soon as I will be going to planet Earth, maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year onwards, all the memory will be taken away from my system and I will not remember any of it. So my starseed information, or my twin flame information for that matter, has to be restored again. And that is the game. Because only when you are into a situation, you can heal it. Because if you are not in the situation, from the outside perspective, you'll never be able to understand the nitty-gritties of it, the little details of it that require for it to heal fully. When a star seed twin flame is activated, the energy, as I said, that it's not a person really, but it's the energy inside a person. Once it gets activated, that person becomes extremely powerful, very independent, powerful, genius-like person, And they are not that emotional after that. They are not that sentimental after that. They are not like always crying, always sad. They become very, very practical. They are very emotional because, as I said, benevolence is their nature. Okay, but they will be very emotional for the animals, for the plants, for anything that they see has innocent energy in it. They can recognize an innocent person very easily. But you don't want to be so innocent that anybody can take advantage of you, right? However, they like the animals and the plants and the other beings of this ecosystem is because they are not contaminated, they are not polluted like most humans are. So they like to spend their time more in nature. And this is one big change that most people who basically start rising up, who actually start ascending. See, because for a long time people don't really ascend, or the ascension is very slow. Because their old habits, their bad habits, their karmic habits are very strong. They need to fight it out. And for that they need to have a very strong urge that I need to get out of my situation. Now here in this channeling, I am being shown a man and a woman individually in different parts of the world. We don't want to get into the location because really that's not required. Now they are in their own ecosystems, in their own worlds. And the dark night, the most difficult dark night actually gets triggered when they get separated, or one person feels the illusion of separation more than the other. It is an illusion, right? Now, as I'm saying, the reason why the memory is gone, the reason why you don't remember anything, the reason why you chose to be a volunteer, the reason why you take all to this negative karma, because you don't have any karma. Imagine you are sent to Earth. Earth is a very scientific place. Most people don't understand the science behind Earth, but actually it's a laboratory. It's a science fiction expedition or exhibition, whatever way you want to call it. It's a school. It's a school of ascension. Literally, that's what it is. But people can't see it because the illusion is so strong, the illusion, the maya, and that's being done on a purpose. So whatever you have inside of you, that will be shown outside. And one very good documentary you can watch, it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? So one part of this documentary basically talks about how people visually only see what they understand. They cannot see anything other than that. And this is really mind-blowingly, fascinatingly true from my own experience also. Like for example, when I was younger, another version of me basically, the unhealed version of me, but it had obviously the DNA going on. So I can say that, yeah, I was very street smart. I knew how to move on faster than other people. I could make money at a very young age. I did not get dominated by other people. I did not get scared by other people. But my fears are very strange, Like today when I think about those fears, yes, I understand. And then I know when I work with so many people during therapy sessions, especially because therapy is the time, you actually learn and shift the most. Yes, personal counseling works, but you cannot change people completely just in one counseling session, right? And this is a very different type of counseling. You guys need very high power information. You don't get easily convinced by normal things if someone has to tell you. I have seen a lot of breakthroughs happening. So in that old version of yours, just the way I had an old version of mine, when I used to drive, see, for me, these small little things matter a lot. I don't know why, but when I saw this documentary, Tell Me Who I Am, there was one thing very common that I could feel. When one of the twin brother loses the memory, I've spoken about this documentary in previous channeling. If you have not heard it, if you have missed out on it, you can check back and even watch this documentary. It will really open up a lot of things for you. And how we know, how we all, and you guys can think about, how you were as a child, leaving aside the abuse and the narcissism or the sexual abuse or any other problem, the bullying. Just think about who you were minus those traumatic events or incidents, in your pure essence. Think about that. So yeah, I remember when I used to drive every day to work, and for me, even these things were very interesting. Driving, listening to music. I was not acting robotic, guys, but yeah, I used to be very intense into these things, and maybe that was my saving grace. Maybe the curiosity in everyone and everything was the saving grace. And I know this is present in old souls also, I have noticed. Like, I could recognize, yeah, this person is very mature, this is a wise soul. So when I saw some people, I could sense that they have a lot of experience. Not them, but their soul has a lot of experience, and there was a certain calmness, as if they have come to the culmination, they have come to the final destination, they understand everything, they get everything. And then unique people started coming in front of me when I was 4 or 5. And I must share it with you all because it will help you all in some way or the other. So going back to the driving thing, when I used to drive, I would never see cyclists, I would never see runners, I would never see anyone else. I would just see the cars driving, traffic, the traffic signals, go back to work, the toll, like all the regular things. It's when I started cycling again. So as a child, I used to cycle a lot, and then I think I repressed all of it when the responsibilities came in, or when the trauma bonds were getting stronger, or there was some energy. I could sense that it stopped me from doing a lot of childlike things that make me happy, like going into water or swimming or painting or singing or dancing. All of those things got replaced by the urge of earning money. I wanted to earn money faster than anyone else, before anyone else. And I didn't even care if my education was complete or not. And that's the crazy part. Every job I landed, they made an exception. Like, they were not really hiring a person below MBA or below masters. So they hired me when I was a graduate. When I was still an undergraduate, they made an exception. Imagine a company making an exception, like only for one person. That's because I was able to have visions about future at that time also. I could see what's going to happen 10 days. Like, if a situation is in my mind, like say I want to work in a company as a corporate trainer, okay? And I have a very strong urge and I know I'll get it. I would definitely see a vision about it, and then within not more than a week, 10 days, 15 days max, it would happen. Thinking about manifestations, I was thinking that why would these things get manifested so fast at that point in time? That's because they were low vibrational things. They were not very difficult. For twin flames, now you have to calculate your own thing into it, your own experience into whatever I'm telling you today in this channeling. You have to also go back in time and think how you were able to manifest things faster than other people. That's because you had the star seed or the twin flame DNA. The energy body is not like physical body. It's not like you can cut it out, open it up. Okay, look at there's the bone. Okay, there's the vein. Or there's where the heart is pumping. Or that's where the lungs are. Okay, no. Energy body doesn't work like that. And more than understanding the human anatomy, how many bones are there, what are the main organs, instead of doing that, we should try to understand the energy body faster. We should try to understand the energy body in more detail, and how it functions and how it works, and what is the chakra system, what is the Merkabah circle around you, how does it get activated. There are various frequencies, there are various activation codes also that are sent to star seeds from time to time. So 2020 and 2022, August, this is Lionsgate portal that we are witnessing right now. Some of you must be going through a lot of crisis situation right now. Some of you did go through crisis, but it was last year from which you learned, and now you have started applying it. So the crisis, the challenges, these are part of life. This is not a big deal. But as I was saying, that when you go into the higher vibration, when you become more sensible, when your star seed and twin flame energy starts kicking in, you will not be so emotional. Your emotional baggage will be taken off. So when you enter as a child, as a baby, you carry purposely that template with you. Not just one, many templates, okay? You carry all those templates with you, okay? Why? Because if you don't have those templates, how will you experience planet Earth? Because when you don't have any karma, you don't have any karmic baggage, what will you experience? Nothing. You will just keep on experiencing whatever you were experiencing before coming to planet Earth. That is your high dimensional experiences, high vibrational experiences. In order to understand what's happening here, you have to borrow other people's karma. Now, this does not mean that, oh my God, I'm suffering because of other people. Well, it actually should make you more responsible because you chose it. So, you have to stop blaming other people and you have to stop complaining about other people constantly. If you get into therapy with me, I'll ask you to tell me everything. Complain about every single person because we need to do the research. But in general, this habit of constant complaining and blaming others for your own downfall or failures or challenges, this is one thing that star seed twin flames don't do. They are not like that. They are not born that way. So when you are ready to leave behind the karmic template, the karmics. So who are these karmics? The karmics, initially they look like a person, like a specific person. Maybe it was just romantic and online thing. Sometimes people get obsessed with the karmics also for a stipulated period of time. But because if they've already had a very deep love, longing, connection, a dark night, they will easily get out of the karmic, because by that time they understand that, okay, this is a karmic relationship. It's not a full-fledged actual dynamic of love that I'm experiencing with this person. But this person, this karmic, is actually sent to your path for a reason. Okay? Because they represent a template. They represent a template that you need to heal within yourself, but they are on the other side of the template, which means that they don't think whatever they are doing is right or wrong. Right? There are enablers also, enabling templates also, where they enable injustice, enable the lies, enable the narcissism. They are very proud of their lies and narcissism and bad behavior. So when the karmic comes across a person who has the twin flame energy, the star seed twin flame energy, at first obviously they will not understand. The twin flame doesn't know what's happening. But slowly and gradually, I think I'm the only person on the internet right now, only person, and I can say this with complete surety and guarantee, who has mentioned that twin flame is an energy, not a specific person. There is not even a single other channel or anybody else. I've never come across anyone who had said this to me on my face or to other people, that twin flame is an energy. Everybody is just copying each other. Everybody just heard, okay, wow, this channeling is saying this channeling is saying that. Okay, everybody started copying each other, that twin flame is this and twin flame is that. You are the masculine and the other person is the feminine. No. First, your masculine has to heal. Then your feminine has to heal. And this can also happen simultaneously. In some cases, it's a linear process. One by one, it will happen step by step, the masculine and the feminine and the karmic and this. In some cases, it's all happening percentage-wise. Okay, you heal 50% of your masculine template, 50% of feminine gets healed. And with that, 50% of some other karmic or this other influence also gets healed. So, people don't understand these terms, and that's the problem. When you meet a karmic and the karmic teaches you a solid lesson, it's actually good, right? It's a very good thing because it pushes you back to unconditional love. The karmic template pushes you back to true love, unconditional love, selfless love, benevolence, acceptance, forgiveness. These are also the actual qualities of human beings, but because human beings are also vessels and instruments, right? Sometimes they can be instrument for the demonic energies and agents also. And that's what most people do in dark energies. They start eating the food of reptilian extraterrestrials. So the asuras or the rakshas, the demons, they are called nishachar. Nishachar are those people who stay awake in the night. But if you look around the whole world, I think most people are actually staying up in the night. So a rakshas or a demon will always like to stay up in the night. And they will justify it. So does this mean that all the people who stay up in the night, they are all basically rakshas and asurs? No. Completely they cannot be Asura or Rakshas because they are born as human. The problem is that wherever their templates are not healed, the areas or the places where their template is not healed, I'll say it again, that is the place where they will be a good vessel for the demonic agents. And that's why a lot of people quarrel, argue, they're unhappy, they're crying, they're depressed, because the negative energies are like that. Negative energy is full of ego. When the negative energy also starts booming, because see, negativity, positivity, both can grow, okay? When the negativity grows, when the ego grows, more and more, more and more, more and more, the person starts thinking that they are invincible, that anything, and literally they can do anything and get away with it. And they will be worshipped for it. They will be prayed for it. People will love them for whatever they're doing. This person is doing this. It's okay. That's how they are. You know. So many people like Charles Shobraj. These people, he's a killer. He's a criminal. He knows very well that killing is wrong. It's wrong to kill other people. He's killed so many people for money and maybe for his own, some kind of thrill also that he must have been experiencing. And he's so smart. He's so smart. He literally got married in a jail while he's in his old age to the lawyer who was visiting him, who's like really younger than him. And this is how he used to marry different people or be in relationships with them and make them do a lot of his work. They were all accomplices. How was he able to do it? Because he had such a big ego that anything that would affect that ego, that would touch that ego, that would trouble that ego, that would bother that ego, that would create any type of insecurity towards that ego, he will not like it. He wants to destroy it. For example, getting caught. He didn't want to get caught. So he would befriend other people. He would take away their passports. And he was so intelligent. Let me complete. He would take away the passports, kill them, put on his photograph, and he would carry on. And then he would need money or something else. So then he would look for next victim. So this way he killed many people. Why was he doing that? And if you watch his movies and if you watch the documentaries, you will see that he does not have much remorse or very little remorse. And even the documentarians tried to go into his childhood to figure out where it's coming from. So ego can develop under neglect also and under enabling atmosphere or environments also. But there are different types of egos. Different types, but people are just trying to protect their physical identity. Okay? So the more and more you grow, the more and more everything starts looking scientific to you. Sometimes, it's a joke, when the lower self is crying and in pain and they ask the higher self certain questions like, hey, can you please tell me this? The higher self will answer in the most scientific way, the correct way actually, and the way that can radically help them. But they would ask, but how do I do it? But how should I do it? They'll say, I want to be happy. The higher self will say, then be happy. But how do I be happy? The higher self will say, don't get distracted by the things that pull you down. Lower self will say, but how do I do it? The higher self will say, do your inner work. But how do I do my inner work? There is a how in everything. It's very simple. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. They keep saying, just do it. You can do it. And then it's like, you can do it. You can do it. You must do it. You can do it. So now what I'm being shown that these two individual men and women, they are willing to leave the karmic behind or the karmics behind. They are done with it. Like done with it. Don't want it anymore. Can't deal with it anymore. Have too many of those experiences and it kills them every time it ends. Or now they have realized that they don't feel so bad when it ends. Now they've started liking, they're happy when the karmic leaves or it's over. The realization that now I'm not obsessed with the karmic. I don't care about the karmic. Even when the karmic comes back, they are very nonchalant and they are like, hello friend, soul brother, soul sister, whatever, another soul. But they don't feel anything towards that karmic. What they used to feel. Like the words of karmic would affect them. The words of karmic would pull them down. The karmic would destroy them in seconds or minutes. Make them feel like they are horrible. And even when they are not wrong, even if the karmic is totally 100% wrong, the karmic would say, you are wrong, you are bad. Hey, you cheated on me with my best friend. Yeah, I did that because you are a loser in the bed. Your best friend is hotter, nicer, more understanding. Look at you, you're pathetic, you're foolish, you're embarrassing, and you don't even do anything nice for me. Now this can be a man or a woman, anyone, because karmic is karmic. Doesn't matter karmic is a man or karmic is a woman. So all those people who have the twin flame energy, the women, you will attract men as karmics. And you will keep on attracting them till the time you don't understand and realize that they're all karmics. Not just like nobody is spared. Everybody is a karmic in that list. And the man who has been having so many relationships, flings, separation, everything, even during separation, like some people think that separation is like nobody is around. That's not true. So many people meet karmics during separation, especially women, because they've never had those things. They never had so much fun. They never explored their sexual urges, or sometimes in some cases some other things like romance or courtship or something else, maybe that the karmic puts on the table. The karmic is like, yeah, you must do it, you should do it. Or the karmic at first would be like so nice, full of compliments, full of love. But it's a karmic connection. Karmic means karma. You need to do some action. You need to do something for them to please them, to keep them around. And when you can't do that anymore, even for a second, you're okay if they leave. And they'll come back again. Sometimes, many times they come back again. So that discretion you need to have. Like whether you want to continue in relationships, one upon the other, where you always have to give only materialistic things. Your love, your compassion, your support, your positive energy. It doesn't matter. The other person wants something. Either sex, either money, either time. Something or the other they are demanding. They don't know what unconditional love is or the power of unconditional love. So as I was saying, that you only visually see what is within you. So when I left as a child, whatever good activities, healthy activities, I had left them behind. Especially the activities that used to keep me fit and happy, and I could take a breather, like running or cycling or swimming or music or singing or dancing, painting. There were so many things. I left everything one by one. But when I started doing inner work, I started doing those things that I used to love as a child, all of them, literally all of them, again. So I was out for cycling one day. This is, I think, the first time I was cycling after a long time. And I was very conscious. I thought it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody is going to be cycling at this hour. It would be not a good thing to do. What if it's not safe? I was actually thinking, what if it's not safe? But as soon as I went down, started cycling, I saw so many cyclists that morning, and I've never stopped seeing those cyclists. But I was thinking to myself, I was asking this question, that I have woken up so many times early in the morning. Why did I not notice them? Why did I not get inspired by these cyclists much before? Because we don't notice things that are not in our periphery. And even before that, I used to be an animal lover as a child, but due to my upbringing or whatever happened during my childhood, I was separated from my animal friends. So when I started doing my inner work, I think the first change, one of the biggest change that started coming along, was my companionship or spending time with animals, especially dogs. So I was like, and I obviously don't believe in breeds and special breeds and high-end, expensive, fancy dogs that you can just carry on your arm and just show them around. No, I really like the street animals. Then I started hanging out with the street children. I always liked the street children, the beggars. I don't know what is so special about them. I still can't figure it out. Maybe it's the innocence, because they are suffering so much. They are living in poverty consciousness. They can't change anything. But there's literally this joy and happiness that they have in them till they are children. Obviously, once they grow up, they're heavily programmed. So anybody who wants to change their situation, they should change it when they are still young. At least give them a hope that, their life will be better. Somebody has to show it to them that, yeah, your life will be better. You can change your situations. You can get out of these conditions. Just the way we were told, or just the way because of somebody, you all started doing inner work. Because you thought angrily, maybe, crying maybe, in depression maybe, but there was one moment when you said that I want to change this. I don't want to be this person anymore. And then a completely new reality will open up to you. When I started hanging out with the dogs, I would see dogs everywhere. Even now when I go out in the morning, I keep seeing the dogs. But now there's so many other things to do. Like there are people who are cycling, there are people who are running, all the street animals, all the positive people, I have noticed them in the morning time more. Yes, there are positive people at all hours, but morning hours, the early morning hours, is the time when the positive energy and the positive people are in a huger proportion as compared to those who roam around in the nights. Because as I said, I'm not making this up. I'm not saying everybody is living a demonic or a rakshasi life. This is mentioned in the books that asuras, rakshas, demons, they are nishachar. Nisha means night and char means to move. They move in the night. But the whole world is programmed by, you know who has programmed the whole world, right? The whole world is programmed by people who rule the people, the slaves. We are all slaves if we are not living our own truth. Human beings are not living their full potential, full truth. Why? They cannot even act as a vessel of God or vessel of divine. They are doing nothing. The food we eat is not human food. This is not what human and divine beings are supposed to eat. The junk we eat, the cold drinks, Coca-Cola, these are literally our enemies. The fluoride in the toothpaste. If you open up Ayurveda mentions, it says that there is no mention of brushing your teeth, to be very honest. But there is a mention how to maintain the hygiene of your mouth. They've mentioned that you should gargle at least 5-7 times in a day. You should gargle every time you eat food. You should chew your food a lot. You should gargle a lot. You should drink water. And you should use neem, the juice of neem, for your teeth. It will make your teeth, your gums very, very strong. It can even heal cancer, but I'm sure they're not going to talk about it. I know a person who died because of cancer in the gums. Nobody taught this person or told this person that if only you start chewing the tender neem leaves every day, twice or thrice, you will be healed. Another way to heal is to become a different person. Change that person who has the disease. Shift from that person who's suffering and who is miserable. So you can't do all of this until and unless you're not in that template. Because this particular detailing that you need about your personal pain and misery, about your conditioning, something you can only understand by experience. In fact, it is your intuition that's working right now, that it's actually attracting this type of information that can be helpful for you. So only when you open up a certain frequency, you can see those things which are present within that reality. It's like a radio station. You can only attract to certain frequency if you have the radio. So you are that radio. Now you need to upgrade. You have been using the old radio for a long time. Now you need to upgrade. And in order to upgrade, even though it is something inside you that changes, but when something inside you changes, it shows in your body, it shows in your energy, it shows in your field, in your auric field. That's why before ascension, people would not look that nice and attractive. Their bodies is not in good shape. They have some disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, this, that, I don't know. So many things are there. So many diseases, problems are there. Hair fall maybe. There are certain things which look very small, but they have a deep connection to the stressful life that most people are living. Back pain, neck pain, leg pain. They'll walk a little bit and their legs will start paining. They want to make a new decision, their gums will start paining. Because every chronicle thought is connected to a certain disease or freedom from that disease. You fix that chronicle thought and your disease will get fixed. And then you will also get attracted to these type of cures automatically. Some of the Ayurvedic cures, they were not available. But when I shifted my energy, I would suddenly get very drawn to those things, especially food. Fruits. I don't remember eating so many fruits when I was in the limbo state. I would not care. But nowadays I'm very conscious about eating fruits, drinking juice, staying vegetarian, avoiding too much junk. Okay, little bit it's okay. Trying to get the healthy, clean food, or just living in certain ways. Why? It's not only me who is going through these shifts and changes. Lots of other people who are working on their ascension, and it has taken a long time. They are all going through so many shifts and changes in their energy system. You must have heard people saying that I didn't feel so young and active even in my 20s how I feel in my 50s. Because in their 50s they have shifted. They have become a new person. They are a new version of themselves, and thus they have opened up different realities, benevolent realities. So as soon as you start eating good food, a lot of your karmic template, which is connected to bad food, which is connected to bad low frequency, negative frequency, they will shift. Because your gut is connected to your third eye, and your third eye is known for intuition. As simple as that. The reason why they put this horrible food in our body is so our gut can never work the way it should, and thus the intuition will never work as well. So the masculine and the feminine over here, first of all, they've had some very heartbreaking experiences, and the karmic has done nothing but added it further, like fueled it further. They had obviously some experience with their lover, or someone they loved, someone who would ignite that fire in them. It didn't work out. They were very heartbroken. They felt like this is really too good to be true. This is like an amazing person who I have attracted in my life. I really don't want this person to go, or I really want this person to love me. But they already have so much fear of rejection in them that it doesn't work out. And then they realize that, okay, I need to move on in my life. I need to do something else. But instead of doing inner work, they take a shortcut, and that's a karmic template or a karmic entanglement. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's some hobby or passion, but they don't know that if this hobby is really doing good for them or not. See, eventually everybody is moving to ascension. So all of these things are also part of your ascension. Meeting the karmic, meeting the supposed twin flame, because I don't think at that time people even know this. They don't know anything about the twin flame energy. They just know that twin flame, somebody is a twin flame, and we feel this way or that way with the twin flame. And twin flame is supposed to be very nice. Twin flame is supposed to love me. Twin flame is supposed to fulfill all my dreams and desires. Twin flame is supposed to make me happy. It is their responsibility to fix my broken, incomplete life. All of those things, they think they have too many expectations with the twin flame. They put the twin flame, supposed twin flame, on the pedestal, And very soon that illusion is broken. They realize that it's just an illusion. It's just imagination. None of this is actually happening, and a lot of time has gone by just waiting for it to happen. So that's when they change. And then, whether you meet the karmic after the separation, during the separation, or you meet karmics before all of this happens, no matter what happens, but karmics are also going to disgust you or destroy you in such a way that a new person, a new version would be created. So yes, ready to leave the karmic behind. Congratulations, that's a really good place to be in, because you can't be ready to leave the karmic behind, whether it's a template, whether it's a person, whether it's a behavior pattern. You can't leave it behind till the time you have not been given some activation codes, or your inner work has activated those codes within you. The codes have started working. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. One last disclaimer for this particular channeling session. If you're a famous and popular person who has a lot of materialistic manifestation, but you're not happy and you want to work with me, then the information that's given in the description box will not apply to you. None of the fees will apply to you. You need to contact me to get a session with me, and then only during that interaction I'm going to tell you how to go forward. On this note, I will say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for being here with me. A big thank you to all the people who are doing active inner work and contributing to the ascension of this planet, the beautiful Mother Earth, our Mother Earth. We are all family. I'll see you soon. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.